Hello, it is Throwback, Thursday, November 29th, 2018. Steve Sipress here inside our new place. The empty boxes are starting to pile up. The stuff is starting to get put away, or almost done being put away. And our move is finally coming to an end. So, got some new furniture. Not new, got some furniture. Hey, Timothy, good seeing you. And I'll see you in a couple of days. George is here. Good seeing you. So, went on to Craigslist to get some furniture. And the person would take cash only. And I was like, okay, cash. And so there we went to an ATM to get cash out of a machine. Haven't done that in decades. Okay, and I used to wrongly say that I can't stand the concept, I don't know, I'm not the first one to say it. People say, oh, ATMs, you're paying to get your own money. It doesn't make sense. Can't stand that. Well, business owners know that obviously that's a little misleading. People are not paying to get their own money. They're paying for convenience. It's one of the things hopefully you're incorporating into your business when you put together your irresistible offer, the O, the middle letter, in the WOW strategy that I created to help all business owners solve all of your sales and marketing problems. Convenience is a big issue to a lot of people, and it's worth a few bucks. It was in this case to us not to have to go to the bank. It was after hours anyway. It was certainly worth to us not to wait till tomorrow and not to have to figure out, or I don't know, I didn't even think about it. We go to the ATM and boom, out pops cash, ridiculous wads of 20s, and we hand hundreds of dollars to the person, and we get some furniture and we bring it home. Boom, done. Now, here's the irony of the fact that I cannot stand using ATMs, although years ago I did. During my broke college days, and for those that don't know, I spent way too many years in college and didn't get out till I was 25, graduating from law school. And back then, being broke, I would all the time go to an ATM and get out like 20 bucks or 40 bucks or wherever it was. And I remember for a while, ATMs didn't cost anything if you went to an ATM at your own bank. So I would actually purposefully bank in a big bank that has lots of branches. And that was I don't know if it still is because I don't pay attention to it, but it's probably one of their marketing points that they make the big banks, thousands of ATM locations, because you're supposed to be able to get access to your money with no extra $1 or $2 or $3 or whatever charge from your own bank. But if you go to banks outside your network, you pay a few bucks to get your money. What a fantastic deal. I mean, you're paying for that convenience that I can go to any bank at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, and get $1,000 cash or $500 or whatever the limit is on your card at your bank. And you can get it from, there's banks and there's now ATMs in every supermarket and every convenience store. They're all over the place, and you can get cash. So it's a great deal. And I'm reminded of the time when I was a young kid. I don't even think I was 10 years old. And I remember my mom hanging up the phone and say, hey, guess what? That was your Uncle Jerry, my Uncle Jerome Sveigels. And he worked for IBM. And he had just invented his team, the magnetic stripe. And he was known as the father of the smart card. And obviously, he didn't personally hold the patent. IBM did because he worked for them. And so it's not like he got paid, or still his family will get paid because he has moved on from this earth, but it's not like he got paid for every use of a smart card. But I remember my mom hanging up the phone that day and saying, hey, guess what? Your Uncle Jerry just invented something that people are going to be able to go to the bank when it's closed. And I was like dumbfounded. We were like, what are you talking about? I mean, has anyone heard? Am I dating myself to hear of banker's hours? Oh, look, Jeremy Danley is here. Great seeing you. The old saying, banker's hours, like 9 to 3 or something. I don't know if you remember. But back then, it wasn't that long ago that banks would be open from 9 to 3, and screw you if you don't get into our bank when we say you can get in. And so everyone had to rearrange their own schedule and whatever they had to do to get to the bank during banker's hours, get their money. Well, Smart Card came along, the magnetic stripe, allowing people to go to banking machines, to ATMs, to whatever that stands for, automatic, I don't know. What does it stand? Anyone know? Automatic transfer machine, or I don't know what it stands for. But to go to that ATM 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I just remember being dumbfounded when my mom said, people are going to be able to go to the bank even when it's closed. And I was like, what are you talking about? Now automation. People don't even blink an eye at drones and robots and artificial intelligence and ordering kiosks at fast food places, or automatic change lanes or not even change, just the overhead things on the highway that take a picture of your license plate and zap $1.50 out of your account or whatever it is. Like, there's lots of automation all over the place. But back then, I just remember being amazed that somehow people were going to be able to do banking when the bank was closed. And that's in large part to my Uncle Jerry and his team at IBM that came up with the magnetic stripe, which is now used, of course, in so much more than just a bank card. It's used on every credit card and library cards and you name it, all kinds of cards. In fact, lots of businesses use them. Maybe you're using them in your business for loyalty cards, so that no longer does somebody have to manually punch holes and, buy 10 subs and get one free. Now there's cards of magnetic stripes that people run through at the register. You can keep track of their purchases, and you can reward them with loyalty rewards. After they buy a certain amount, they get a certain amount free or a discount or whatever it is, all because of the magnetic stripe. That I remember when my mom told me that my uncle had they had perfected, or at least gotten it good enough to bring it to the public. And George says, oh, it's called an automated teller machine. Could have thought of that. Automated teller machine. Who knew? There you go. Thank you, George. And so what are the kiosks called? Like in McDonald's or something? Those are automated, I don't know, minimum wage slave machine? AMWWSM? Anyway, I digress. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday. Decades ago, remembering my mom hanging up the phone and saying, guess what? Your uncle just invented this thing. People are going to be able to bank when the bank is closed. That's what we did today. Maybe we'll do it again some other time, but that'll do it for Throwback Thursday. So thanks to George for helping me out, and Jeremy and everybody else that was here live. Let's go back. I see Timothy, a bunch of people I couldn't scroll up. So thanks everyone here live. Thanks for watching on the replay. Thanks for all the likes, the shares, following along, and I'll be back tomorrow on Foundation Friday with a foundational business building tip to help you build a better business, make more money, and enjoy your life more, because in that what owning a business should be all about. I'll help you do that tomorrow. Thanks for being here today. Over and out. Bye-bye.